He's a wino, tried and true, done about everything that there is to do. He worked on freighters and he worked in bars. He worked on farms and he worked on cars. It was that white port that put that look in his eyes that grown men get right before they start to cry, and we sat down on the curb to rest, and his head just fell down right to his chest. He said every single day it gets a little bit harder to handle, and yet he lost his thread and his mind got cluttered and his words just rolled off down the gutter. He was an elevator man in a cheap motel in exchange for rent in a one-room cell. He was old beyond the years, beyond his time, thanks to the world and the white port wine. He said, son, he always called me son, he said life for you has just begun. And he told me a story he had heard before, how he fell in love with the Dallas whore. He can cut through the year to the very night, how it fell apart in a whorehouse fight, and she turned his last proposal down in exchange for being the girl around town. It's been 17 years writing lines, and he ain't been straight none of the time. And too many days of fighting the weather, and too many nights of not being together. So he died. When they went through all his personal effects, and amongst all the stubs from the welfare checks was a crumbling picture of a girl in a door, an address in Dallas, and nothing more. Well, the welfare people provided us a priest and a couple from the mission on down the street sang Amazing Grace, and no one cried except for some girl way off to the side. We all left and she was standing there, long black veil covering her silver hair, and old one-eyed John said her name was Alice. She used to be a whore in Dallas. So let him roar, oh let him roar. I bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul. Let him roar, let him roar. He always said that heaven was just a Dallas whore. So let him roar, oh let him roar. I bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul.